Hey guys, before I begin this video, I just want you guys to know that Adventure Up is still out in beta, so any tips that I give you in this video may or may not still apply a week later. But hopefully this can still help you guys out and give you guys tips and tricks on how to level up fast in Adventure Up. Rise and shine. Good morning, folks. Welcome back to another Adventure Up Roblox video. I've been grinding the heck out of this game. I did take a nap and came back. I was so tired and I wanted to make this video as soon as possible, but I couldn't. I was so tired I fell asleep. But anyways, I'm back here because I'm still leveling up, and this is one of those intros where I'm not standing around doing nothing. I'm actually using a fork and spoon. This is actually my breakfast, guys. But anyways, folks, in this video, I will be helping you guys out level up fast as soon as possible for Adventure Up. Hopefully there's some tips and tricks that you can use to, you know, just speed through the levels like me. And maybe when the game goes full public, you'll be a step ahead above everyone else. Alright guys, so I'm standing in front of the samurai boss right now, the last boss for the second map, and this is, I think, heroic mode, medium mode. It has all these wonky names. Anyways, I want to give you the first tip as we go on with this boss. So if I just click on N for abilities, you can see that I kind of have it all over the place. So you do want to choose the right abilities. I'm not going to get into the builds right now. I will get into it later to give you guys the best build, but I do want to remind you guys that right here, Scholar, increase experience gained by 1%. You can upgrade it twice. It's probably one of the skills you want to definitely pick up, because if you're playing the game enough, you're playing enough rounds enough, you're not going to notice each and every one of these 2% experience boosts each dungeon, but if you play it overall, it's going to be a pretty big deal. It might be on a separate track, the magic track, and you might be a warrior, a support, or maybe, yeah, you could be a magic user, but it doesn't matter. You can be a warrior like me, like I just showed you guys at first, and still use the Scholar skill to get yourself 2% EXP boost. And of course, throughout the entire skill bar, you can pretty much go and use these 2% gold gangs if you're ready for it, or there's even a 2% gem drop rate, and it's really going to help out a lot for you to get extra items, extra stuff. Alright, with that first tip being the case, I mean, that should be a pretty easy one. 2% extra EXP boost, who's not gonna want it? And then, let's move on to skills as classes. Alright, getting into classes, guys, right here, at least at the beginning of the game and beta right now, I do believe mages are a little bit left behind, since a lot of these mage skills are hard to aim. When you actually use some of the mage skills, especially the earlier ones, aiming process is a little wonky. For example, let's say I use Meteor Strike, right? You can't really aim this. I mean, technically, you have to get off shift lock mode, and the aim will be a little better, but at the end of the day, guys, the range is kind of doo-doo on a mage skill right now. And the whole reason behind being mage most of the time is to have high damage at a long range. And, well, this game right now doesn't really offer that. Yeah, there's skills like Chain Lightning that you don't technically have to aim your skills too much, or this AoE lightning skill, Electric Shock, but for skills like Meteor, really? Like, how am I gonna shoot this meteor out there? Look, 5. Well, that's not really high range. But of course, maybe the skill is made for close range meteor strikes. But once again, guys, do take this with a grain of salt, just because I am not a mage main anyways. And the reason I decided to become a warrior instead of a mage main is because, well, these mage skills is kind of doo-doo. And how the skill set scales right now, and do correct me in the comments down below if I'm wrong, is that I feel like the attack damage is a little lower too, just because the multipliers are a little wonky. And for example, if I put in 2 melee weapons instead of 2 staffs, well, the damage doesn't make sense. 124 versus what? A level 24 weapon and a dagger, and I got 174. How does that even apply here? So at least at the time of this video, being a warrior is probably the way to go for leveling up a little faster. And of course, in this video, I will speed through my skill tree chart so you can see my build on how I level up fast. As a warrior, folks, it's a lot easier to solo, and trust me, solo is probably the way you want to go. Playing in team increases the HP of the mobs and damage by far. And I remember doing, I think, a 5-man team in this map takes so freaking long. And of course, as you can see, as a warrior that's level 25, you would expect me to have a lot of flashy skills to use, but that's not the most efficient way to level up, at least of right now. Just because I feel like right now into the game, there's still a lot more balancing to happen, and the regular attacks are actually doing so much more damage than I expected. Like, let's take a look at my swings right here. I'm doing around 213 damage per swing, and they come by really quickly. So as you can see in some of my skills right now, they do a lot of damage. Not my very best one, because obviously, you know, that's going to be a little different. But I mean, other damage skills out there, they do around 300, they do around 400. So you're basically trying to compare skills that's going to cost you cooldowns versus regular attacks that does so much damage anyways, especially if you boost yourself up. Look at that. So guys, in my opinion, I do think that by just raising your regular damage on your swords, basically as a warrior, through passive buffs, you're gonna have the easiest time to level up. And of course, let's take a look at my skill tree. I know you guys were probably wondering for this. I know I kept you waiting for long. Alright folks, so I'm gonna open up my skills right now and show you guys my build. Alright, so what we have here is of course 2 points in the Scholar, like I said earlier, to give yourself extra EXP boost, right? And then these skills are very essential actually. Level 3 shield and a level 1 heal. These 2 skills allow me to stay in the battle for longer and keep me healed up. So basically being able to not die as often. And that helps my speed run, since my regular damage, my regular swings as a warrior does so much damage anyways. And then for the rest of my skills, I pretty much beefed up my regular damage. Increase attack speed by 10%, and I got skills like critical knowledge, increase your critical hit by 3%, and then precision, increase your hit by 9%, quickness, increase your dodge by 9% to avoid damage as well. And then some of the main skills we have here that we actually use is Fire Blade. Sets your weapon on fire for 8 seconds and helps you deal extra damage. And then Stomp. I put in only 1 point here because the point of this skill is to be able to stun mobs to keep yourself safe and alive. So definitely go pick this up if you're a warrior. And then at my very end, very top, I have Berserk. It gives me a 25% attack speed boost for 8 seconds. So overall, like I said, most of the skills that I chose is a passive, and it helps out with my overall damage. And at the same time, and I have Stomp to give myself a bit of a breather if I need it. So that's really been able to help me level up very fast. I have seen a lot of high level 25s and 28 warriors, but I haven't seen really high level mages. And then the next thing I wanted to bring up, this one you might want to skip if you have no Robux to spend. So basically, how I increase my EXP a lot faster is go in the shop, and then there's VIP where you can grab for around 699 Robux. It gives you 25% increased experience and 25% extra gem. And at the same time, I'm also using a large experience booster. You can pretty much buy this booster at the shop in the lobby. I don't think you can buy that booster right now. Yeah, so you're not going to be able to get an EXP booster right now, but you can definitely get it at the lobby. And I'll showcase it to, and I'll show it to you guys right now. I'm actually gonna leave this dungeon just to show you. So we're gonna get into that, but I just want to remind you guys that yes, gems, diamonds, why I keep saying gems, diamonds do cost Robux, but at the same time you can get them from your dailies as well. So I mean, if you really want to, you can save for boosters. So the shop you want to aim for is this one right here, and then you go into buy and sell, scroll down, and you see these boosters right here, large and small. And there's also gold, and well, there's EXP and gold. But I would suggest, guys, not to buy the smaller one, just because of the fact that, I mean, it's less experience and it's for less time, and you can only use 1 potion at a time. Alright, so before I hop straight back into a dungeon, I'm just gonna click on J for dungeon and show you guys I have all the dungeons unlocked for normal mode, and for heroic, I mean, I'm just missing the last one, which is Royal Hall. But anyways, I highly suggest you guys at least finish unlocking every single one of these dungeons in a certain difficulty mode before you move on. Like for example, I want to go on to Mythic Crystal Caverns, right? But it's actually very hard. I tried it a few times and you get less hearts. So I decided to take a step back and get my armor and gear at Skylands. Since it's 18 to 28, it means that the items I will be getting are ranged from level 18 to 28. Because why not? I'm still only level 25 right now. And of course, guys, I already mentioned this earlier, your best bet when it comes to leveling up fast is to do solo runs. I mean, if you're having any trouble at all, teamwork is definitely great, but at the end of the day, guys, because right now, it's a lot easier to do these dungeons solo. Alright, so let's hop into gameplay. Yeah, gameplay tips are pretty important. So as you can see, first I'm using my shield and I'm stunning whenever I can, and I'm swinging normal swings. Yeah, I'm killing mobs, but I want to get into what you want to do. So basically, as you can see, groups do follow you. You do grab aggro, which is pretty much attention of the mobs, and you can lead them around. I highly suggest not leading more than 2 groups because you can easily not only get overwhelmed, but some of these mobs actually you will lose aggro for it. You bring them too far from their spawn site. Like for example, if I wanted to, let's say, drag this guy. All right, drag this guy all the way back here. He's eventually gonna lose attention. Like, he's not gonna stick with me for the whole entire dungeon. So he just turned around. And if you're dragging him too far, well, and you assume that you grabbed everything, well, guess what? Then you gotta double back once again, wasting so much time. So I suggest really just killing them a group at a time and letting your cooldowns ride out, because that just seems more efficient that way. But going back to it, guys, as you can see, like, my heals and my shield has been so helpful, right? I mean, I literally just go up to mobs, pop my shield, and pop my heals as my HP go down. And I stun as well if I need to, and I can finish up a group and move on. The bad part about doing high level dungeons is that you have hearts. You can't just keep dying non-stop. So you kind of do have to watch your HP. You kind of have to be more survivable. So folks, do let me know in the comments down below if you guys want me to do some live streams on this. I mean, technically, it's going to be tough because the parties are so small. You can only fit, like, I think 4 people per party. 4 or 5. 5 people, sorry. I mean, what am I thinking? But, I mean, this game is definitely one of the craziest dungeon crawler games out there right now. Of course, we still have Dungeon Quest, and we do have a game called World Zero in Colossus Legends. In this, of course, there is Zombie Strike as well. I'm actually pretty glad, guys, because initially Dungeon Quest was really our only dungeon crawler game for quite a long time, and it was great, it was popular. But now there's competition popping up. I've always said long ago, competition is what makes Roblox better. It's gonna make developers and owners really want to push their content out there and do more updates, and hopefully this does help out the dungeon crawler community in general, because obviously for a long time we were starving for another dungeon crawler game. Alright folks, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope there was tips and tricks that helped you guys out. A lot of these tips and tricks are mainly for the beta, since right now the game only has been out for, what, roughly 12 hours, 14 hours, really? So yeah, they're expected to change quite a lot. I will be making future videos on Adventure Up to, you know, help you guys level up fast, and in general, just making videos for the game since the game shows so much promise. Alright folks, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, yo!